Oh, you're a cop? You're a police officer?
And
You're a fucking police officer?
So he had his eyes on her.
Everybody now, you got some freak inside of them. You just gotta find a way to pull it out of them.
It was like trying to get a kiss. What do? Do you run? Do you scream? There's no one there to listen.
For over a decade, Fort Valley State University Police Sergeant Wilbur Bryant built a reputation as a well-respected officer, consistently receiving glowing performance reviews. Described as a team player and a leader, he was entrusted with duties such as campus fire safety and serving on the university president's security detail. But beneath this professional facade lurked a far darker reality: repeated allegations of sexual misconduct that spanned over 10 years. While Sergeant Bryant was praised in official reviews, multiple complaints from students and staff accused him of various inappropriate actions, harassment, and sexual assault, many of which were ignored or suppressed by university authorities. In February 2018, Shanae Hall's 18-year-old daughter encountered Sergeant Bryant in a way that would set off the unraveling of his conduct.
And he had already seen her at a fire drill, so he had his eyes on her from the beginning.
Initially arrested by Bryant for fighting with classmates, Hall's daughter believed Bryant's approach was intended to help her.
Pulled up his file, Googled himself and said, "Did you see who I am? Do you see this title? Do you see what I make? I can protect you. As long as you're with me, nothing will ever happen."
He found her contact details from the police report and initiated a relationship under the guise of mentorship.
Well, her first thing was, "Oh, this officer is really nice. He's trying to help me with my case, and he's, going to help me, get a job on campus, and he's looking out for me."
By spring break, however, Bryant's intentions became clear when he used his position to gain access to the freshman's dorm room while still in full uniform.
She was an athlete. She had to stay and train. All the other students are gone.
According to court documents, he entered without permission, with his service weapon by his side, and initiated inappropriate contact.
So he goes up, swipes his badge to get into the dorm facility, and then comes up to her room. Then he knocked on the door, invited himself in, and just started explaining, that they basically should be a couple, and, what he can offer.
Despite being fully aware of the camera in the hallway, the officer showed no concern about being observed, confident that the school would take no action against him. Without hesitation, he proceeded to enter the room immediately.
When she was sitting down on her bed, she said he walked over and her feet were crossed on her feet. That's when he came in and was like trying to get a kiss. What do? Do you run? Do you scream? There's no one there to listen.
Feeling isolated and vulnerable, she refused and pushed him away. Subsequently, the young woman recorded phone calls with Bryant, eventually turning over evidence to her attorney.
Everybody now, you got some freak inside of them. You just gotta find a way to pull it out of them. Why can't I satisfy you in that area? To make love to you would be great.
Even though she still refuses, Bryant becomes increasingly more interested to convince her.
When you walked in my office, something told you this man important.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm willing to put my job on the line for you, what that tell you?
True.
That tell you that I'm really into you. It's not a joke. It's just like coming to your room. Number one, you got cameras on the hallway, so if you go back and pull the camera, they see what room I went to. You follow me?
The good thing is she had the wherewithal to understand that this person's not trying to protect you. This person's not trying to help you. He's trying to sleep with you, period. And she was smart enough to pick up her phone and record the conversation.
After recording the conversation, she handed it over to her attorney, Kenneth Lewis, who was representing them in a lawsuit against Officer Bryant, the university, and the Board of Regents.
I think part of the reason that this culture and that Officer Bryant was so emboldened to say the things he said on that tape was he's never had any repercussions.
After the lawsuit was filed, Sergeant Bryant and his attorney declined to comment on the allegations. Despite the case being made public, the university has allowed him to continue working. Additionally, both the university and the Board of Regents have refused to issue any statements, which has been met with widespread surprise. This revelation was just one instance of a long-standing pattern of behavior from Bryant. Hall's daughter was not alone in her allegations. Multiple women had come forward with complaints over the years, including a security officer named Kelly Williams.
I didn't expect the atmosphere that I saw.
He asked me to post at campus faculty housing.
A decade prior, Bryant propositioned Williams while she was working, offering career opportunities in exchange for favors. When she resisted, Bryant used his authority to overpower her.
I called on the radio saying I'm out of gas. He said, "Okay, don't worry about it, I'll come pick you up." And he started telling me about the opportunities that were available for me on the campus, if I slept with him.
Oh, so he was that direct?
Yeah. And I thought all that sounded really great. And then he started pulling my clothes off, and I was saying no.
Right there and then in the car.
Yes. I felt, he was about to rape me, and I was like, we were like fighting for my clothes, and I was like, please, no, stop.
Williams was not the only one. According to internal university records, half a dozen other co-workers and students had lodged complaints against Bryant for misconduct. Yet, despite these serious allegations, Bryant's superiors consistently shielded him from consequences. The university's response to the allegations against Bryant was, at best, negligent and, at worst, complicit.
Any one of them would get you or I fired, just one.
And there were 8.
At 8 that were reported, and certainly there's an indication that many more were unreported.
Despite multiple reports of Bryant's misconduct, none of these complaints were ever reflected in his performance evaluations. Instead, the officer continued to receive promotions and praise for his work. The institution's internal review files reveal a systemic failure to address or act upon the complaints made against him. While students and staff repeatedly reported his behavior, it took years and the bravery of Hall's daughter to expose the extent of his abuses.
My daughter is the one that comes forward and says, this is enough. Like, why does it take so many voices to speak?
If my children were attending Fort Valley, I would be gravely concerned, particularly if they were young women.
After the investigation, Sergeant Wilbur Bryant turned himself in to the Peach County Sheriff's Office and was charged with 3 felony counts of violating his oath as an officer. His bond was set at $10,000. He resigned from the police department just before the Georgia Bureau of Investigation began its probe.
Oh, you're a cop? You're a police officer?
And
You're a fucking police officer?
When you think the first story was crazy, here's a crazy cop who drove 11 hours and 55 minutes from Texas to Colorado to meet a boy he met online. But he was caught by the boy's father, who confronted him. Things escalated quickly, and the father called the police on him.
I'm gonna call your boss. I'm gonna call your boss. I'm gonna call your boss. I wasn't going to. You wanna call your boss before I do? Do you wanna call your boss before I do? Hey, go ahead, erase it all, buddy. Erase it all. Erase it all. You guys see it? Erasing it. He's erasing it. Erase it all.
Videoing in my car.
I'm video wherever the I want to. Do something about it, you. Do something about you.
You have a release?
Do something about it, you. Come out here. Here, grab your gun. Really? Oh, you're a cop? You're a police officer?
And
You're a fucking police officer? You're a fucking police officer, you scumbag? I knew you were a fucking cop.
No.
You just showed me a badge.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so you're a police officer? You fucking scumbag? You're in my neighborhood and you're fucking with my kids and you're a fucking cop?
Well, you're videoing and harassing my...
Show me the badge again. Show me your badge. I knew you were a police officer. I knew it. I knew it from the fucking start. You think I'm stupid? I knew you were a cop. How's this gonna look? How's this gonna look to your department?
When there's proof that you're harassing my brother for money.
Your brother for money?
He's got a video too, as a person videoing him too.
Oh, somebody's videoing your brother? I don't know who your brother is, but you're a cop?
They know you.
You're a cop? What department do you work for? I'm gonna calm down. What department do you work for?
Well, they know you and you're videoing him.
What department do you work for? I would never ask for money. Never.
You're asking him for money.
I would never do it. I would never do it.
Same camera set up and everything.
Okay, well, that's fine. It's not me. There's a whole bunch of us out there. What department do you work for? I'm calming down. What police department do you work for?
I work for one here.
I know, but what police department? What county is it?
It's not here.
Okay, what county? I already knew you were a cop in Texas, so why are you here?
Because I live here.
Okay, so you're a cop in Texas, but you live here? Do you know the Texas Rangers just took a couple guys in Texas for me? I knew you were a cop. I knew you were a cop before you pulled up. You think I'm stupid. I do my research. I knew you were a cop. Why do you think I asked you several times? I knew you were a cop. Bro, you're out there supposed to serve and protect, right? You're not supposed to serve the right? So you're a fucking cop, bro. You just said I'm harassing an officer. You showed me your badge. You're a fucking cop, bro. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Don't you think the cops got enough on their plate already? Don't you? Can we agree that they already get enough? But then you got people out there like you trying to meet with the children. It makes them look bad, bro. Just like that other guy that's asking your brother for money makes me look bad, right? Right? But if I asked you for a penny, I asked you to call your mom to get some help, man. Right? I didn't ask you for money. I didn't ask you for a dime.
That's why she was like that on the phone.
Okay, well, I didn't ask for no money.
Well, whoever's harassing my brother.
So what police department do you work for out here?
I don't work for him anymore.
Okay, well, here you go. Here you go.
The cop attempted to delete his conversations with the boy, unaware that the father had already taken screenshots, saved them, and noted the most disturbing parts on paper. During the confrontation, the father had already called the police, who soon arrived at the scene.
I mean, he's an officer. He pulled his police officer badge on me. I'm just letting you know. Talking to his mom, somebody must have called him because I live streamed this. And he went to his truck. He was going to drive off. I told him I was calling the police, and he pulled his badge out of the center console. And he's like, "You're harassing an officer of the law." Pulled his police badge out on me. He told me he was a cop. Told me he was a security guard at first. But yeah, right now, he just pulled out his badge at the center console. And he's like, "You're harassing a cop." He's like, "Back the fuck up." Got it all recorded where he said, I got all the chat logs right here. I have one more phone right in there. I can grab it for you. It's the first, like, 6 where he says he's 14, where I say I'm 14, he's okay with it. And then this,
you have one more phone?
you have another, well, it's another phone. It's a grinder. It's my grinder decoy phone. So
Okay.
that's how we met. But as soon as I told him I was 14, he wanted to get out of grinder. He wanted to go to regular messaging because he didn't want, grinder keeps records.
Okay.
So he was trying to go to messaging. So we went over to messaging, and that's what I have all on this phone. So you're going to see on here, this is where he asks,
And what's the paper?
that's just what he said. I just write it down so when I'm talking to him, yeah, and Ian can have it all. You sure
Oh, you
can.
don't need this?
No, not at all. That was just the big points that I'm writing down. Hey, how are you?
Can you grab a statement form? I'll have them fill
It's
out.
just that one.
The witness statement, if you could fill it out, just documenting everything.
Subsequently, the cop was arrested and later released, but after the body cam video went viral on social media, he was fired from his department and is now under investigation. In the end, accountability prevails as justice unfolds for all. Subscribe and share for more police cam stories. Watch the next recommended video. Click to watch now.